historian. Well, we're back after after having 2 weeks off because of the 4th of July. I'm your host, and I am. Yes, indeed. This is Between Taorminas here on ONTV. I'm Anthony Taormina. Sammy, how are you?
Man, no Ian this week.
For those of you guys wondering where Ian Weatherspoon is this week, Ian got preoccupied at work, so he wasn't able to make it this evening. Sad, isn't it?
Yes.
But Sammy might be calling him during the program, especially when we're mentioning our first topic, which is the Detroit Tigers evaluation process.
Hello? Yes? Ian, how are you today?
I'm good. You know, what'd you get the Tigers' grade this year?
What? An A minus? For what? This team's been miserable. They have no pitching. They have no hitting. This team is done. They're finished. I told you. Cleveland! I tell you, Cleveland's the team you need to go to right now, because Cleveland rocks!
You hung up on him, or did he hang up on you?
He hung up on me.
He hung up on you.
Yep.
Okay, that's typical Ian.
Yep.
So Ian's giving them an A minus.
Yep.
He is giving them an A minus.
Yes. Give it an A minus.
So what are you giving the Tigers?
F!
Okay.
F for failure!
Why?
Because Brett Ausmus is a failure!
Okay.
Because, let's see here, Tigers pitching, Avila, failure! The Tigers as a team, a failure!
You're giving the Tigers a failing grade.
Yep, F.
I'm going to give them a C minus, and that's respectable.
Why?
Because the Tigers are struggling with consistency issues. The Tigers are struggling with
Ain't that good?
The Tigers are struggling with pitching issues. They've had injuries, of course.
Ain't that good?
I mean, right now, you notice the whole consistency struggles. So, and I mean, this team's supposed to contend for a division
Pat
title.
Caputo said this here. The reason why the Tigers are not consistent, Avila. Do I think it's time for a fire sale? Absolutely.
Who do you want to fire?
Fire Brad Ausmus right now.
Okay.
You got to trade, but there's not a lot of pieces the Tigers can trade, though. Blow up the bullpen. The bullpen's been a disaster. Mark Lowe's a disaster.
You should keep Kinsler, you should keep Cabrera, you should keep both Martinez's. You know? Don't trade them.
Yeah, but you got to trade Mark Lowe, who's been a disaster in the bullpen. Okay. Francisco Rodriguez, you could trade if you wanted to, or Bruce Rondon. The bullpen has been a complete disaster.
K-Rod's been doing pretty good.
Except for K-Rod, everybody else has been a disaster. Except for K-Rod, everybody else has been a disaster.
Well, you can't trade Verlander.
No. You got to get rid of Anibal Sanchez. He's been a disaster in the making.
Well, this year, yes.
Heck, we all know this. Ian Weatherspoon has got to see the light. The reason why Cleveland's going to win this division is because of starting pitching, and they have a bullpen, and because Cleveland can do some timely hitting. Ian Weatherspoon ought to move to the city of Cleveland because the city of Cleveland rocks!
You really think that Ian Watt should move to Cleveland?
Yes!
But then we'd never see Ian again.
Hey, we just ship on Lake Erie. He can just go on the lake.
So you're saying that you want to go on a ship and never mind. So Ian's giving them an A minus.
Yep.
You're giving them an F,
Yep.
and I'm giving them a C minus.
Yeah.
So what team has most impressed you?
Cleveland!
Not again. So you think Cleveland's impressed you?
Yep.
I don't know what to say. I really don't. Except that maybe. So who do you think wins the All-Star game, the American League or the National League?
National League.
Why?
Because Syndergaard's pitching. Well, he's not pitching, but I just think it's at a National League park. Pitcher's got a bat. It's going to be bad.
Are you saying it's because of Chicago Cubs?
Yes.
So you're saying it's because
And the
of
Chicago Cubs are going to end their 1908 drought.
You really
Everybody's
think so?
ending droughts this year. The Cavaliers ended their drought.
Okay.
The Boston Red Sox have ended their drought in 1918.
The 1 and 2 and 4.
Why not the Chicago Cubs ending their drought of failure? This is their year.
Are you sure?
Yes. It's going to be Chicago Cubs versus Cleveland Indians or Texas Rangers World Series, and the Chicago Cubs are going to end the suffering.
You sure?
Yeah.
You're really sure?
Yes.
Okay, so anything positive about the Tigers?
Go get him. Ian Westwood, please trade Ian.
So you're saying Ian Weatherspoon should be traded. I'm surprised he hasn't called back.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's not called back either.
He would be disappointed in you.
Because Ian Westwood knows he's going to owe me my dinner. Where is my dinner?
Have you noticed that he hasn't? You haven't said anything praising the Kansas City Royals. Have you
Kansas
turning
City
your
will be
back
back.
on Kansas City or
No,
to stick
Kansas
with Cleveland? I think you are.
Kansas City's going to be back. Kansas City will be fine. Once they get Wade Davis back, they're going to be second in the division. They're going to make the wild card. Detroit Tigers ain't going to make the playoffs.
We'll be right back with Between Taorminas here on ONTV.
When I'm in Lake Orion and I want to catch up on sports, I watch Between Taorminas. Orion Township invites you to celebrate the grand reopening of the Orion Center with Summer Sizzle on Thursday, July 28th from 5 to 7 p.m. Enjoy carnival games, face painting, balloons, hot dogs, and much more, and the event is free to the public. That's Summer Sizzle at the Orion Center, located at 1335 Joslyn Road in Orion Township. For more information, call 248-391-0304, extension 305, or visit oriontownship.org.
Hello, I'm Oakland County Sheriff Mike Bouchard.
And I'm former Detroit Red Wing Joe Koster.
We'd like to remind you to practice safe boating by knowing the laws regarding water safety.
Please make sure you have the necessary safety equipment on board and be sure all of your equipment is working properly before leaving the dock.
And the probability of being involved in a boating accident nearly doubles when alcohol is involved. Always check local weather conditions, and if you notice darkening clouds, play it safe. Get off the water. Have a safe, enjoyable summer on the lake.
Welcome back to Between Taorminas here on ONTV. Sammy, how are you?
I'm hanging in there. You?
So Ian's not called back.
He's not called back.
All right, let's talk about the NBA draft.
Yep.
The Golden State was the big winner. They got Kevin Durant. But you made mention about other teams being winners. Who are
Well,
they?
remember Draymond Green. Did you hear about what happened to him?
I'm not going to go into it.
Oh, goodness. That was bad. But, there's other teams I thought that won in free agency. When I look at teams won in free agency, San Antonio kind of won in free agency. I really like the deal of Marc Gasol.
Paul Gasol.
Paul Gasol, sorry. But the Dallas Mavericks, when you look at what the Mavericks did, you got Harrison
Tim
Barnes.
Duncan retired today.
Right.
That was a sad situation.
But I like what the Dallas Mavericks did. Getting Harrison Barnes and then getting Andrew Bogut to go along with Dirk Nowitzki.
They got the Golden State reject from the Durant deal.
Basically,
No offense.
this makes sense because Dallas needs a 5. Bogut makes sense there. And then you got Dirk Nowitzki, player 4. And then you have Harrison Barnes, who they really need as a guard situation there. I like what Dallas
But
made.
he struggles with consistency
Right.
issues.
But I'm saying I like what Dallas made with Rick Carlisle.
Mm-hmm.
Chicago, I really like because here's a team that got.
They drafted Denzel
They
Valentine.
drafted Denzel Valentine, but you have Rashawn Rondo and
Rajon
Dwayne
Rondo.
Wade. You know what I mean? Those
Dwayne
your
Wade,
guards.
yeah.
Valentine plays your 3.
Well, they got some. They got Taj Gibson. They've got.
Taj Gibson player 4. You know what I
They've
mean?
got They've got. They got. I mean,
Oh, I mean talking about Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But Chicago, I like what the moves they made. I like what Chicago made. Oddly enough, I like the moves the Detroit Pistons made because you know, when you look at the addressing, they drafted well. They got a backup center, which was huge. A 7'3" guy could play your 3. We signed Andre Drummond. I really like what the Pistons did in this draft and their free agency class. You know, they drafted well, got 2 free agents they need. I like Lawyer a lot, coming out from Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
I like what Cleveland did, especially even though not from a free agency standpoint, but drafting Kay Felder, replacement to Dellavedova.
They got Dunleavy too.
And Mike Dunleavy. I think that makes a lot of sense.
He's another shooter.
Too. Yes, another shooter. I mean, Cleveland, I think, were winners. I think Cleveland, Detroit, Indiana, I really like what they did. You know, Indiana, I think a lot of the Central Division were kind of winners. I like what Dallas made. San Antonio was a winner. But you ain't going to believe who I think is a winner. There's 2. The Boston Celtics, we got Al Horford, and the Los Angeles Lakers.
Why the Lakers?
Because, you know, when you look at it here, they got younger. I like what Luke Walton's gonna do as coach. A young nucleus around him. I like who they drafted. I mean, the Lakers could surprise some people in the next 2-3 years. You know, so I would say the Lakers are a winner in this.
Who do you think the big losers are?
Oh, that's easy. Miami Heat, because when you look at it here, who they lost, they resigned Hassan Whiteside.
Son.
They thought Hassan Whiteside, Dwayne Wade, they thought was going to be in their golden pocket after they were going after Kevin Durant, and now besides Whiteside, everybody else on that team is gone. Because you look at the Miami Heat, Pat Riley's magic is gone basically because you look at the situation there that they have, they're going to struggle big time.
One team we didn't talk about was the New York Knicks.
Team we surrender. They got Derrick Rose,
Yes.
injury prone.
Brennan Jennings.
Brandon Jennings, very selfish player. And then you have
Joakim Noah.
Joakim Noah, who's
Joakim
the
Noah.
ultimate team player. Crystal Porzingis, I believe.
Yes.
Is the guy. You know, playing.
Carmelo.
And then you have Carmelo Anthony. Who's getting the ball over there at New York? Who's getting the ball? This is why Phil.
How about
Jackson-
Ian Weatherspoon? He's getting the basketball.
Ian Weatherspoon. This is why the New York Knicks are known as Team We Surrender! We surrender! Because 1, they have no bench. 2, let's see here. Who's getting the ball late? Will you trust Derrick Rose with the ball? Will you trust Christian Porzingis with the ball? Will you trust
Carmelo.
Carmelo Anthony with the ball? I mean, seriously. This is a team that's got written disaster written all over it. And we all know deep down, the New York Knicks, a lot of people say, are they winners? That's the New York Knicks. They're going to surrender. They're going to lose. Do I think they're going to challenge Cleveland? Of course not.
Well, Boston.
Toronto, they're solid, though. I like Toronto.
Boston, you said Al Horford. That was a very
It was a good move.
interesting
I
move.
think when you look at what Al Horford brings to the fold, came over from Atlanta, kind of, I thought, when you look at
Atlanta got Dwight Howard.
Atlanta getting Dwight Howard, that's disaster in the making over there.
You think so?
You look at, Atlanta doesn't have a true center. You know what I mean? They need when you lose
Dwight
a guy,
Howard, the true center.
when you lose a guy like Horford, you lose your whole wing. You lose basically. Now Atlanta's done some remodeling a little bit with their team, but I think when you look at Atlanta, I would have to say they're a loser in this thing because teams that I think won, teams that I think get lost are the New York Knicks.
You really think the Knicks lost out?
Oh, yeah. Atlanta Hawks. I didn't like the moves they made. The Orlando Magic, I always have to say, was a loser in this. Because trade away Victor Oladipo
To Indiana.
to Indiana. But also, Orlando's been a struggling franchise for a little while now.
Right.
But another team I really thought didn't do well, the Clippers.
The Clippers.
They re-signed Doc Rivers' son. That's it. Austin Rivers. That's all they signed. I mean, I think that those teams have been losers. Those type of teams really just do not they don't make sense. I mean,
With Golden State, are they the favorite to win the NBA championship now? Or is Cleveland still the team to beat? With getting Kevin Durant.
when I look at Golden State, we got to see it with Dre Day's legal issues.
Right.
On paper, they're fit. Well, on paper,
They don't
I
have
would
that
say
team of
no.
bench.
I would say no because they don't have a bench. Because
They're paying Durant
but
a
I've
lot
been
of money.
paying Durant a lot of money. But I've been hearing rumors about Ray Allen coming back. I mean, if he comes back, then Golden State's gonna be a very scary team.
But, I mean, Ray
Story-wise.
Allen's
But
kind of like he
they
just wants
have-
to go to a
yeah.
championship team.
Right, but they have no bench, though. Golden State's got absolutely no bench.
Are we seeing the comparisons to Miami with Golden State
There are some comparisons to Miami, yes.
when they had Bosh and Wade?
Well,
and
remember,
LeBron?
when you look at Klay Thompson, you look at
Curry.
Andre Iguodala, Stephen Curry, and now you have Draymond Green. It kind of reminds me of that next super team, and that nobody, and that in this league you have to win championships with the super team. Not really the case, Miami did it twice with the Queen James and Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh in Miami. But Cleveland, what they did, which is absolutely, they had Kevin Love, they had Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving's been there. Kevin Love had to go there via trade, and LeBron James came back just to win the championship. I still think right now, I'm not high on Golden State right now because they don't have a bench. But I still think right now the NBA title will go through Cleveland. And that is simple because Cleveland right now is the best team right now. Mm-hmm. And
Yeah, to be the
best, you got to beat the best. And I think Kay Felder's a huge upgrade over Matthew Dellavedova. I really think
Kay's
so.
more of an offensive player.
Yep.
So we'll see.
We'll see.
All right, we'll be right back between Taorminas on ON TV.
Hello, Oakland County. This is Sammy Taormina talking OA Now. In it, we'll talk various stories ranging from the state to Oakland County teams affecting the OAA. Catch us here on OA Now.
Hello, Lake Orion. It's Anthony Taormina, co-host of Between Taorminas. I want to let you know of a new show called History Now. In it, we're going to talk about global, national, and political events that occur in our lifetime. We're going to also have guests and also have co-hosts as well, and also plenty of surprises. Catch us on History Now here on ON TV. Welcome back to this Ian list Between Taorminas on ON TV.
It feels much quieter without Ian.
Why?
Because we don't have to deal with the pussycat on the show.
Oh, you talking about the cat man?
Yes.
You're talking about the wearing the kitty cat outfit?
Yep. That's awful. We could have Baby Nene on here.
You mean the 00 trophy?
Yes. I miss
I mean, I think we got a flashback to when Ian made a complete moron of himself and seeing that the curse of the tie. Is he responsible for the curse?
Yes, he is! That's
Okay,
enough
why?
of that!
Okay. All right, so point well taken. Let's talk about the Euro Cup.
Yep.
A few weeks from now, we've got the Olympics going on in Rio, which a lot of sports people are going to be not participating in because of Zika virus.
And, of course, what's going on in Rio with what's going on there, their economic crisis and all that.
Yes, and but let's talk about the Euro. Portugal won the Euro Cup.
You know,
They were in a interesting. They were not in the tough field, like because you had England, you had France, you had Germany, you had Spain, you had Italy, all on one side of the bracket, and then on the other side you pretty much had Portugal. Yeah, England. You had Portugal. You had Wales.
You know what?
And
In the game against France, it was virtually a road game. Cristiano Ronaldo gets hurt.
yes,
And he's got to be carted off in a stretcher.
yes.
And
25th minute.
to see what Portugal did, which is absolutely incredible. I think it was Evian who scored the winner with the 109 minute to beat France. To do
In
it
Paris.
on the road, north of Paris, to beat France, that's huge. Because remember, first day of the Euro, Portugal lost their first game in group stage. They were pretty much, they finished third in their group. Barely got into the round of 16. Ended up having to take out, and it was a heck of a draw for Portugal because they didn't have to deal with the kiss of death group in that tough side of the draw. But Portugal, this has been a country that's had to deal with so many failures. You know, back in 2000 was their best team. This wasn't even their best Portugal team that they've had. You know, we talk about how good Spain has, Germany, Italy,
France.
England, Portugal. This has been a power, a quiet power in the making.
Portugal's always been pretty
They've
strong.
been pretty strong, but they've had history where they've collapsed in major
Have you
tournaments.
noticed since 2008, the two champions have been in the Iberian Peninsula?
Yep.
How powerful are the two countries in the Iberian Peninsula?
They're both very good countries, Spain and Portugal.
Very good soccer powers.
Very good soccer powers. But remember, you still have powers in Europe itself when you look at France.
Well, I know.
You look at Germany, Belgium. You look at those countries. They won the cup, but where would it be at next year?
Are they going to be doing men's and women's soccer in Rio?
Yeah, they do. They do it in Rio. They do it in Rio.
I wonder how many countries qualified from in Europe.
I don't know how many.
And then also you have to wonder, did the United States qualify for both?
I think the United States did qualify for both.
We'll have to check.
The United States won the World Cup. I know that in women's soccer, but I'm just shocked though with what's going on with Messi, and then we find out about his allegations in Spain, and then him quitting the Argentina national team. That was shocking.
Yes, it was.
And then Brazil's got a history of
Brazil's coach resigned.
and then of course they've been going through a lot of problems lately.
Well, you look at the America side of the world, of the Cup of the Americas. The championship game was Argentina versus Chile.
Yep.
And then you've got Colombia, who's pretty solid.
Colombia's always solid.
So, it's not an easy field.
No. But, a lot of people say the United States is like the best team in the world. Not in soccer. Not in men's soccer, they're not.
Well, in basketball they are. Both.
Yeah, because they use
Really?
NBA players.
That has nothing.
They
to do
use
with it.
NBA players.
So does Spain.
Yeah.
So does other countries. It's
Other
not just.
countries use
So does
NBA
China.
players. Yes.
It's not just the United States that uses NBA players.
No, but a lot.
I mean, look at it in the world. Look at it in the for hockey. Look at it. Look at for the World Cup in hockey.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
I can't wait
they
for
use
the-
all NHL
I
players.
can't wait for the World Cup of hockey. I can't wait. That's up in Canada this year. You know, you probably know who I'm rooting for in the World Cup of hockey.
Yeah, and I'm disappointed with you in it.
Hey, and Bill Reese knows. Bill Reese knows, and I'm going to send Bill Reese a personal text of who I'm rooting for in hockey.
I think he knows.
Mm-hmm.
So soccer, bottom line is a European team I think is favored to win it.
I think when I look at who I think is going to win the Euro for the gold medal, that's easy. Italia or Germany.
It wasn't the best Italy team we saw.
No, but I think Germany would easily be a favorite because Germany a very good team, very good powerhouse team.
Okay. Well, before we go, we got any final thoughts?
Well, in other sports, of course, mentioned baseball, of course, free agency. I know we didn't mention much about hockey. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, free agency.
Colorado Avalanche re-signed Nathan McKinnon
Yeah,
to a
that's a
7-year deal. That's
big.
huge deal
That is
for
a huge,
Colorado.
Yes.
Because you look at that situation there.
You secure one of your star players for a while.
Yeah, we didn't talk about the NHL free agency. Of course, Dan Hamhuis going to Dallas. I think that was a great deal for the Stars and Jim Nail.
Stamkos.
Detroit really didn't do anything.
No.
Because you look at what Detroit's did, they didn't get the big-time players. That tells me that Detroit, free agency-wise, not the same place they used to be because a lot of people are seeing the light. Tampa Bay, you're right, re-signed Steven Stamkos. You look at what the league is shifting.
There's
and
more
I'm
parity.
telling you what. This, mark my words, this will be the year the Detroit Red Wings do not make the playoffs. I am being honest because you look at that Eastern Conference. That Eastern Conference just got stronger. New Jersey bringing in Adam Hall from the Oilers. You look at the Rangers. You look at Pittsburgh still going to be there. You look at in Toronto the next few years, they're going to be all right. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me next year the Detroit Red Wings do not make the playoffs.
We'll see about that. Well, all right. That concludes this week's episode of Between Taorminas. We'll be back next week. Hopefully, Ian Weatherspoon will be back next week. He says he will be. All right. So catch us soon, and good night, Lake Orion.